Ripple's chief technology officer just described a future for XRP that most people are not paying nearly enough attention to. Not price predictions, not speculation, the actual technical roadmap. From the man who has been building the XRP Ledger since the beginning. David Schwarz said this on camera. Enterprises are already using the XRP Ledger for tokenized real-world assets today. And in the near future, tokenized securities, money market funds, tokenized stocks, tokenized repos, and tokenized loans are all coming to the XRP Ledger. And once that infrastructure is in place, enterprises will deliver the features that drive mass retail adoption, where DeFi can finally replace traditional finance and provide financial services to everyone. Read that again. The CTO of Ripple is not describing a future where people buy XRP hoping it goes up. He is describing a future where XRP becomes the invisible layer underneath financial products that millions of people use every single day, without ever knowing they are on crypto rails. That is a completely different kind of demand than anything XRP has ever experienced before. And today, I am going to break down exactly what that means, what the chart is telling us right now, and why 72% of XRP liquidations in the last 24 hours were short sellers, meaning the people betting against XRP just got wiped out. Welcome to XRP Verified, daily XRP analysis built honestly for the US investor. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's get into it. Let me start with what David Schwarz actually said, because I want to make sure every XRP holder understands the significance of this statement and why it matters more than most price predictions you will hear. Schwarz laid out a clear progression of what the XRP Ledger has been and where it is going. Stage 1. Bitcoin created the first public blockchain for holding and transferring value. That was the foundation. Stage 2. The XRP Ledger followed, providing both a native digital asset like Bitcoin and the ability to issue tokenized assets of any kind, including stablecoins. That was the infrastructure layer. Stage 3, where we are right now. Enterprises are actively using the XRP Ledger to provide tokenized real-world assets. This is not a roadmap item. This is happening today. The XRP Ledger has grown from $50 million in real-world assets in January 2025 to over $5 billion today, a 100 times increase in 17 months. That is Stage 3 in action. Stage 4. What Schwarz described as the near future. Tokenized securities, money market funds, tokenized stocks, tokenized repos, and tokenized loans, all coming to the XRP Ledger. JP Morgan has already settled a tokenized US Treasury redemption on the XRP Ledger in under 5 seconds. The DTCC, which processes $4.7 quadrillion in securities annually, has Ripple Prime inside its tokenization working group. The Stage 4 pieces are being put in place right now. Stage 5. Mass retail adoption. When enterprises have built the full suite of tokenized financial products on XRP rails, DeFi can truly deliver on its promise. Not crypto-native DeFi that regular people find confusing and intimidating. Enterprise-grade DeFi that sits underneath the financial products people already use. Mortgages, money market accounts, investment portfolios. Powered by XRP infrastructure underneath, without the end user ever needing to understand they are on a blockchain. This is the vision Schwarz described, and it is not theoretical. The earlier stages are already confirmed. The later stages have documented institutional partnerships moving toward them. The XRP Ledger is being built for a role that makes the current price look disconnected from the trajectory. Now let me talk about something in the market data right now that is sending a very specific signal, because this connects directly to what Schwarz described and why the bears are getting destroyed. In the last 24 hours, 72% of XRP liquidations were short positions. That means almost 3 out of every 4 traders who were actively betting on XRP going lower just got wiped out. And across the broader crypto market right now, there are approximately 12 times more short positions than long positions open. Now here is why that matters. When short sellers dominate the market to that extreme degree, a condition called maximum short imbalance, the setup for a sharp short squeeze becomes very high probability. Here is how it works. Short sellers borrow XRP, sell it at the current price, and hope to buy it back cheaper later. Their profit comes from the price going down. But if the price does not go down, or if it rises unexpectedly, those short sellers are forced to buy back XRP at a loss to close their positions. Every short seller forced to cover becomes a buyer. And when 12 times more people are short than long, the potential forced buying from a squeeze is enormous. 72% of liquidations being shorts in the last 24 hours tells you that some of that squeeze is already beginning. The people who were most aggressively betting against XRP are already paying the price. This does not guarantee a massive rally tomorrow, but a 12-to-1 short-to-long imbalance that is beginning to unwind historically produces sharp upside moves that catch most retail investors completely off guard. The people positioned long, patiently, without leverage, capture those moves. The people who were short or who sold in panic during the downtrend are the ones chasing later at higher prices. Now, let me give you the honest, technical picture, because at XRP Verified, we always give you both sides. XRP bounced from $1.19, a key support level that technical analysts have been watching for months. Buyers stepped in decisively at that level and held it. That is a constructive sign. The two levels that matter most right now are $1.19 and $1.27. $1.19 is the immediate support floor. As long as buyers defend this level, the short-term structure remains constructive. Losing it decisively would shift the short-term outlook more negatively. $1.27 is the key resistance and breakout trigger. If XRP can push above $1.27 with strong buying volume and hold that level, the structure shifts from bearish to neutral to bullish, and the path toward $1.64 and then $2 opens up. A clean break and close above $1.27 with conviction would be a significant positive signal. But here is the honest part. As of right now, this is not yet a confirmed bullish chart. XRP still has something to prove. The $1.27 level needs to be reclaimed and held with volume. Until that happens, sellers are still capable of dominating every rally attempt. If XRP fails to reclaim $1.27 and keeps getting rejected at this resistance, lower targets of 90 cents to 85 cents remain on the table as realistic downside scenarios. I am not saying that is what will happen. I am saying that is what the chart structure currently allows for if buyers do not step up. The most important thing any XRP holder can do right now is know these levels. Know where support is. Know where the breakout confirmation is. Know your personal risk tolerance. Because the investors who navigate this market successfully are not the ones who diamond hand everything blindly. They are the ones who understand where they are in the structure and make informed decisions based on data rather than emotion. Now let me talk about something else that happened this week that connects directly to what Schwarz described, because Mastercard just made a move that is stage 4 in real time. Mastercard expanded its integration with the XRP Ledger this week, settling transactions using RLUSD, Ripple's regulated dollar stablecoin. This is not a press release partnership. This is a live settlement expansion between one of the world's largest payment networks and XRP infrastructure. This is precisely what Schwarz was describing. Enterprises building on the XRP Ledger to provide financial services at scale. Mastercard does not settle transactions on a blockchain unless it is production ready and meets institutional reliability standards. The fact that they are expanding, not just testing, expanding, tells you where institutional confidence in the XRP Ledger actually sits. And it connects to the broader XRP ETF picture. XRP ETFs launched into a bear market in October 2025 and have held remarkably steady. In May alone, $118 million in net inflows came into XRP ETF products, while Bitcoin ETFs bled $2.4 billion in outflows. XRP ETFs have seen net outflows on only approximately 14 to 15 days out of the last 200 trading sessions. Institutional investors running those ETF products are not reactive. They are not panic selling at red candles. They are, by the data, continuing to accumulate XRP while retail sentiment is near maximum fear. The divergence between what institutions are doing and what retail is feeling is one of the most consistent signals that the accumulation phase is still active. On top of that, 25 million XRP tokens moved off exchanges last month alone. When tokens leave exchanges, it means holders are moving to cold storage. They are not planning to sell. They are planning to hold through whatever comes next. Now, let me also address something that matters for every XRP investor's long-term strategy, because this is a point that gets missed in the tribal conversations online. Michael Saylor's company Strategy just added another 1,550 Bitcoin. That is $101 million, and now holds over 845,000 Bitcoin. The largest corporate Bitcoin buyer on the planet is still accumulating in a downtrend. That tells you where institutional conviction on Bitcoin sits. XRP and Bitcoin are not enemies. They serve different functions in the financial system. XRP is the settlement layer, the neutral bridge asset for cross-border value transfer, institutional liquidity, and the tokenized economy Schwarz described. Bitcoin is the store of value, digital gold for corporate balance sheets and long-term savings. The strongest portfolio thesis right now is not all XRP or all Bitcoin. It is understanding that both have a documented institutional base, both have confirmed ETF products with continuing inflows, and both are being accumulated by sophisticated players while retail sentiment is negative. Concentration in a single asset, however strong the conviction, always carries more risk than is necessary. The smartest positioning in any market cycle is exposure to the best risk-adjusted opportunities across the strongest assets. That said, for XRP specifically, the Schwarz roadmap describes a use case expansion that no previous crypto asset has ever had this concretely documented and this far along in actual institutional deployment. The fundamentals of XRP at this moment in 2026 are the strongest they have ever been in the asset's history. Your full summary for today. Ripple CTO David Schwarz described the XRP Ledger's roadmap on camera. Tokenized securities, money market funds, stocks, repos, and loans coming to the XRP Ledger, with enterprise adoption already in stage 3 and mass retail adoption as the eventual destination. XRP becomes the invisible infrastructure layer underneath financial products millions of people use daily. 72% of XRP liquidations in the last 24 hours were short sellers. 12-to-1 short-to-long imbalance in the broader market. Short squeeze conditions are building. Mastercard expanded XRP Ledger integration, settling with RLUSD. Stage 4 enterprise adoption in real time. XRP ETFs, 118 million in May inflows. 25 million tokens moved to cold storage last month. Only 14 to 15 days of net outflows in the last 200 sessions. Technical picture. $1.19 support holding. $1.27 is the key breakout trigger. Above that, $1.64 and $2 come into play. Below $1.19, 90 cents to 85 cents are honest downside targets if buyers fail. Know your levels. Manage your risk. Do not hold blindly. Hold with a plan. The fundamentals have never been stronger. The short sellers are paying the price. The institutional accumulation continues. The infrastructure being built makes current price look disconnected from trajectory. Stay informed. Stay patient. Do not let short-term noise make long-term decisions for you. Hit the like button if today's breakdown gave you value. Subscribe and turn on the bell for your daily XRP update. I will see you tomorrow. Stay sharp, stay patient, and as always, stay verified.